Hello, this is Elise, and here's another transmission from the beings that I channel on a regular basis. They're talking about our DNA, the Star of David, the tetrahedron, the Merkaba, the light body. They bring up plasma, and some of that's personal, so I will include that. And they also talk about the hybrids again and the new human. So here's what they had to say. There are microcosms inside each one of your strands of DNA. We would say this is a corresponding connection that is, in your words, nanotechnology, not our words, within your structure that is now being activated. We see them, or you may perceive them, as little or almost like mechanical kind of biological gears, so to speak, that are starting to form and come into alignment with each other. Now we would like to talk about the star tetrahedron and the Star of David, and to let you know that we love corresponding with you, and we absolutely love the conversations that we have. The Star of David is just a two-dimensional adaptation that you see in your three-dimensional world, which configures into the star tetrahedron and becomes what you call the Merkaba. And this is connected to how you travel with your light body. From our perception, the key is the column that runs through your central channel is connected to this. You can call it a device, you can call it your Merkaba. It's not a device, though. Your holographic self, so to speak, that can take different geometric forms depending on where your consciousness is, as you are just made of geometry, as you already know this. In your subatomic particles, your biology as well. You are just mathematical equations of geometry and shapes as the whole universe is. It's just a different language. We are excited now that Elise can feel this and see the waves of the Merkaba when it shifts into a form, its true form, as it travels through these dimensions that are now open to you and her, and she can navigate these through this so-called Merkaba. There is, as we would say, a formation in how you connect through sensuality, and we do not mean this in a sexual way. They're really clear about that. It's this sensation of love. I've felt it. It's incredible. In a way of how you connect to this form of being that becomes so full of love and light. But most on your planet don't understand the sacredness of your being. Your geometric makeup, your geometry is actually a derivative of the whole. And one of the keys is that you must not live in separation, but you must aspire to be where your soul, this aspect of your soul, is wanting to evolve to, as you are now transiting to a higher level of consciousness. We are bringing up the Merkaba again, as she has seen this transformation from the Star of David into the geometric shape of the Merkaba and how it moves through space with these waves that funnel behind, which creates a field of information that's projected out to the whole unified field that is gathered amongst other conscious people that have the ability to tap into these other dimensions. There are beings or people on your planet, however you want to perceive that we will call the hybrids, like we have talked about before, that if they take the time to access these other conscious levels, where there is another form of plasma that Elise has also felt before. And then they got really excited. They said, this is very important. This is the personal part. She has felt this plasma come through her whole body in a form that is not normal for your human existence, that for most people would probably wipe them out. It was challenging for her during this experience, but there was a reason for all of this. It was to open the channel inside of her microcosm and allow these other formations to take place so that she may travel in different ways to create other dimensions of work that do not yet exist on your planet. And trust me, I know other people are doing this as well. It was one of the most challenging experiences I've had. My whole body was basically lost all motor skills. I could still speak, and someone was with me when they witnessed it, and it came down through my crown, and I wasn't scared. And it's so challenging when you have those kinds of experiences. They're so challenging to describe unless you've actually had them. But I knew something major was happening. And then they go on to say, it's about assimilating and absorbing those energies. The key here on the earthly plane is to be so clear and pure and loving towards yourself for this information to actually be downloaded and transmitted into structure of your geometric DNA. And the strands now that are, as we see them, you can see them shifting and opening up as these mechanisms, those gears, so to speak, are turning on. There's another level of existence on your planet that most of your human race does not know exists. With these structures on your planet that are not from your earthly plane, that were left there for others, from others, to correspond with, you can do this telepathically and through astral projection in order to connect with these structures. So you may gather this information and take it and assimilate it as it helps shifts even more into your microbiome and creates another formation of the human. So basically, from my perception, they're talking about these other structures on the planet that some believe are, built here. Personally, I have my own personal perception about that. Sacred sites. Not all of them have been discovered. Some of them are still hidden in secrecy. But again, we have these, if you can use your imagination, because the mind doesn't know the difference between real and not real, or imagined and not imagined, right? Or imagined and not in your reality, I should say. So you have the ability to do all of that. Okay, so take whatever resonates with you and let the rest go. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.